What is going on, everybody? My name is TheDizzyViper and welcome to this tutorial. In this tutorial I'm going to be showing you how you can easily hand sync an animation to music or to any audio you would like. I do this because a lot of people have been asking me how I actually synced this visual that I made a couple of days ago, which is synced to the music of Ivory, the song No Regrets. The animation is quite simple since the song is not too complex regarding different sounds and stuff, but I will also be showing you how you can sync your animation to more complex music. But before we do that, I'm going to show you the animation that I made. This is the animation. So right away I'm just gonna add here that all these lasers right here are made in Saber, which is a plugin by Video Copilot in After Effects. But all the rest is inside Cinema 4D. Also the shake is in After Effects as well. I made it with the Sapphire plugin Shake. So let's open a new project, and I have a song for you right there, which I'm gonna use, which will be Virtual Riot Purple Dragons. Which is a little more complex, and I will show you how you can actually sync it easily. It's not going to be a quick work though, it's quite some work because it's all hand keyframes, but it's very easily to track down the single sounds and actually sync your animation to it. So what we're going to do first is, since the song is quite complex, which is this one, you're gonna need a sound editing program. You don't really need a Ableton or something. You can use any sound program that allows you to input at least a snare or a kick drum. That's all you need. In my case, I'm gonna use FL Studio to do so and import the song right here. I will have to find out what BPM this song is at, so the simplest thing to do is to Google. So I'm gonna use Virtual Riot Purple Dragon BPM. So we can see that the VIP of this release seems to be 150 BPM. So let's try that out. We're gonna go into here and put it to 150 BPM and see if it syncs. It should sync perfectly. So let me just cut out this right here, which is right there on the beat. And yeah, it's 150, it's perfectly on the beat. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna make a cut here, and let's listen to it again. Alright, we're gonna just make this small part here, sync it. Alright, so we have this part right here, and what we're gonna do now is we first need obviously the kick or the main beat. So I'm gonna use a snare sound for that. You can also use a kick obviously, but I'm gonna use a snare sound since it's very direct on it. So we're gonna just make a 4-beat snare sound right here, which is, as you can see, like this. This is now the main beat. So we got the BPM. And the reason I do this with the snares is because later on we're gonna be using a sound effector inside Cinema 4D to actually make the music play. And since I have to concentrate on the waves, to like visually concentrate on the waves of the audio, it's very useful to break down the music into the different parts. So you can actually see the different parts inside the wave graph. So the snare is going to be our main BPM. So we're going to export this as a MP3 file since Cinema 4D has troubles opening wave files. So we're going to just name this the BPM. This is the main BPM that we need, like that. So now we got the snare, the main BPM. Let's go back to the music. So since all the sounds are perfectly on the beat, like there is one sound here, then there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the same sounds, and then there is a different one again if you hear it. 1, 2, that's the third one, and that's 4. And the difficult part is going to be to sync this one in the back right here. And the way you do that is you can make another snare sound again. Wait, you can make another pattern with the snare sound. Put that here and try to sync this down with that, just the snare. So it's a little too close. Let's try, maybe there's a third step right here. All right, let me try. So since this is all a little bit... Alright, then there is one in the back right here somewhere. Oh, I can maybe even put on the swing a little bit. And it's a little off sync actually. Wait, let me try it. Yeah, that sounds about right. So now we have the pattern for the last bit here. It's a little bit off sync because I think of the way the sound is designed. It has a little bit of attack and it's typical dubstep whoop sound, which is a little hard to get into a snare sound, but we don't really need the attack of the sound for the animation. We just need to see where the sound actually is. So that's basically all we need for now. Let's export that again and go with, I don't know what to name this, like maybe whoop, just a whoop. So fine, like that. Hold on, wait, no, we need to turn this off and render this same thing again, like this, and yeah. So we have this part again. Is this right? Let's hear it out. So we should have the BPM and the whoop sound right here, which should start somewhere like here. Perfect. Alright, and now we obviously also need just this part as well, which I also have to export, which is going to be this, and this is going to be just the purple dragons part, just that, yeah. Alright, so we can close this down, and now inside Cinema 4D you just going to go to MoGraph, Effector, Sound Effector, and I'm going to rename this to BPM. And right here inside the sound file, we're going to import our BPM track that we just made. And right away you can see that we can see the audio right here, and every time this spikes, like right there, this means that right there we have to, like, this is on the beat, like right there, and there again, and there again. And that's why I use the snare sound, because you can actually see it a lot better than the kick sound, which is going to be just a flat on graph, but a kick sound works perfectly fine as well. Then we're going to make another sound effector, which is going to be our whoop sound, or our whoop snare actually, and we're going to import the whoop right there. And as you can see, this one starts right, wait, I have to make some more frames, let's do like 400, I don't know how many frames there are, and right there, there's the spikes for the whoop. So our animation is going to be like about 200 frames long. Next, we're gonna make another MoGraph sound effector and name this the purple dragon. Dragons, since that is our actual audio file of the song, which is gonna be like right there. And you can do like basically even with more complex songs, you can use the same technique with the snares. You just have to find the right BPM and then put it into FL Studio or your audio editing program the way that one sound is. So you basically create one snare pattern for every single, or one kick pattern for every single sound pattern there is in the song. That way it's a lot easier to sync the single sounds to your animation, or to synchronize the animation to the single sounds of the song. So I'm gonna do the animation syncing with just 3 different cubes or 5 different cubes. I think there are, let me listen to the song again. 1, 2, 3. Like 5 different sounds. So we're gonna use 5 cubes for it. So we got 1 cube right here. Let's put this about here. Let's make like minus 500, minus 250. Oh wait, I didn't copy it. Whoops. Minus 500. 0. Hey, why didn't I copy it? Damn it. Minus 500. And then again, no, not minus 250. And 500. So we got the 5 cubes right here. So the first cube is going to be our BPM cube, which is always going to be on the beat, this one. BPM cube. Then this one is going to be the first sound that you hear, which is going to be first. Then this is going to be the second. And this one is going to be the fourth sound. Oh, I forgot the third one. Third and fourth. There we go. So now what you can do either is hand sync it, which I do most of the time regarding more complex sounds. So what you're going to do is you're going to create a cloner, put your BPM cube or your desired object in there, and then inside your BPM or inside your sound effector, you're going to go right down here into your parameters, and inside your positioning, you're going to put in the position you want it to have when the sound comes up. In my case, it is going to be minus 100 centimeters, like this. And now, if you put the BPM sound effector into your cloner effector tab right there, if you're going to play it, your cube is going to move. Here, there's only one downside to this. It's a lot harder to now hand keyframe to this movement, but it's going to work. Next, we're going to use our whoop sound effector. So we're going to do the same thing again, which is going to be the cloner. Just copy this, put the cube out there, and put our first cube in there. Let's put our 4th cube in it, since it's the last sound you're going to hear. Put that in the cloner, put the cloner back to 500, like this. And right in here, into your effector, you're going to put in the whoop sound, like this. Put the BPM out. And this is going to do the following. So this is going to basically do this. The whoop sound also minus 100. Like this. And the Purple Dragons sound effector with the actual song in it, we'll only use it to later listen to it if it's synced up, more or less. But we're not gonna use it as a sound effector. So now we have to sync the other sounds. So we can either do that by hand, as I said, or you can also just simply do it the same way we did it with the BPMs, which I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna go back into FL Studio and just create the snares for the single sounds. So I'm gonna do that really quick, and I will be right back in FL Studio. So right here we are with the song. I'm gonna create another snare again, and just put it one snare here, like this. Put that one right there, which is gonna be our first sound. This group. And the next snare is gonna be right here. No, right there, like this. Wait, this is wrong. Like that. There we go. And the third snare is gonna be this, 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 this. It should be just these. No, not the last one. This one is not there. And the last snare. Wait, the last snare is gonna be right here. Yeah. So we got the first pattern right here. I think the second one we can leave the same pattern as this one. Maybe the maybe we can make that a single sound again. So we're gonna use this, and then we make another snare. I'm just gonna make another snare, even if it's the same positioning. Well, maybe I can even leave it like that, like this, this, and this. No, let's make a single sound for the because we're gonna make a single object again. So we're gonna use this right here, like that. So we're just gonna now solo our first pattern, which is gonna be the first sound. I'm gonna name it first right here. Yep. Like that. Song selection. Yeah. So now we can go out of FL Studio again, go back in here, copy our BPM, call it first, and right in here let's put our first, like this, then second, third, fourth, and fifth sound. There we go. And fifth. Okay, we can delete these cubes. No, we cannot delete them. First, second, third, fourth. No, I have a fourth already. Oh, right, it's that one. Let's go with fifth. Alright. Alright, so we're going to deactivate the whoop and BPM for now. And now we're going to create another cloner with our cube in it. Let's delete these cubes anyways, because we're gonna have to relocate all the cloners anyways. Let's put this right in the middle, like right there. And this is gonna be the first sound. And put into our effectors, we're gonna put in our first sound right here. So wait. Again, I think this is already at -100, yeah. Yeah, that's fine. This is just gonna be our first sound. Then the second one, we're just gonna continue like this. Put in the second cube. Second, not third. Delete this, put in our second effector, like that. And just copy our cube right into -250. Like this. Cloner, second, this is gonna be a third. Put this third effector. I'm gonna leave out the fourth for now. And where am I gonna put this? I'm gonna put this like right here, so you can see it. Alright, and cloner with fifth. Let's do fifth. Like this. Fifth, like this. There we go. And let's just put this right there, 250. And so in order to actually not hear your sound effectors but still have the effect, you can just go scroll down and uncheck the scrub sound. That way they will still react to the audio, but you won't hear the snares. And this is what we ended up with. If you look at it, wait, let me just put this in the middle because this looks crazy if this is right there. So let's listen to it, and as you can see, we have synced all these cubes with different sounds from the song Purple Dragons. So yeah, this is basically how I sync all this. If you hand sync it, it's basically the same concept, but I'm gonna show you how you can do that really quickly. If you're gonna hand sync it, obviously you don't need a cloner, you can simply just put the cube right there and put the cloner away, BPM right there. Let's check the scrub sound again, otherwise we can't hear it. Like this. And if we have the BPM right now with our BPM cube right there, you basically do it looking at the wave audio. So right here you can see the wave audio, meaning the black is the audio and the white is if it's muted, meaning that as you can see right there, the snare spikes up, meaning that our first keyframe is gonna be the cube minus 100, like this right there. And like right after that, it's gonna go back up until, let's go back into our sound effector, right until before the next snare kicks in, which is this keyframe. It's gonna be at 100 again, meaning that the 1 or 2 keyframes before that, our cube has to go back up to 0. Wait, actually put the keyframe on the sound effector right there. That was dumb. Wait, hold on a second. Put it like that. And our BPM cube at frame 12 is gonna be at minus 100. Keyframe that. And what it does now, it does the same thing. It's basically, you keyframe it by looking at this graph right here. But for the main animations, it's enough to use the sound effector as an effector on the cloner. Yeah, but it's a combination of both that makes the animation look good at the end. And yeah, it was a little bit of a longer tutorial actually, but I hope it helped you out seeing how to sync sound or songs with your animation, or the other way around actually, to sync your animation with songs. Yeah, if you enjoyed it, please leave a like and subscribe, and I hope it helped. Like I said, have a nice day.